Good evening. I'm Advocate K.R. Seshadri. I'm presenting this video as a documentation going to show the panoramic view of this haridranathi temple tank at Mannargudi, which is situated in the land that belongs to Arulmigu Sethubawa Charity Trust, which is again managed by HRNC. It's a private trust which is managed by HRNC. Now if you look at it, the center, Maya Mandapam, which is where actually Venugopala Swami temple is situated, here you can see there are so many birds. You can actually see the flora and fauna, and the birds are almost equivalent to the number of leaves in these trees. So much are the birds living happily, undisturbed by human habitation, and there are a lot of aquatic beings in this temple tank. Okay, whereas here, if you look at these are what they are going to do is, there are so many temples around this tank as well. Okay, at west there is a temple, at east there is a temple, and here also there is a temple. There are so many temples. Okay, and they're going to plan for a commercial boating trip activities. Okay, and for that they have installed coffee shops, toilets, sheds occupying the walkway platform, and they've even trashed this the fence, iron fence. There is a steel fence, and inside that they've done all the encroachment activities being disguised as developmental activities. Now this is not a developmental activity because so many habitats and so many species are getting affected because of this plan. And there are not only, if you're seeing these wild birds here, right? So many birds, these are all migrating from some other places, maybe even from foreign and then abroad, and then they hatch their eggs for seasonal stay here. There are now we can see these many birds. There are around 1,000. You can see there are thousands of birds there. Now in various seasons there are various other birds also come. Like here you can see most of it are white color birds. There are also black color birds which used to come in another season, where it will typically look like a chessboard. Black and white birds, so many birds living happily there. And even some 6 to 8 months before, they cut down many of the trees, and then these birds, a lot of the small ones, the younger ones, which were just hatched, and then it was around a week or 10 days, such birds, small birds, were burnt alive here in this place. So now, due to these commercial activities of boating trips, so now they are not going to offer it free of cost, and also it's not sure who is going to take the responsibility if there is any loss of life of or this one. Now, and the property belongs to it's a temple tank, and it belongs to Arulmigu Sethubawa Charitable Trust. It does not belong to Department of Tourism. It rather does not belong to municipality. Okay, and see, so many birds are here. Now if they atrociously they bring boats here, and this is not just a small tank. You can see this is the largest temple tank in India. Okay, and this tank is called haridranathi in Sanskrit, and Teppakulam in haridranathi Teppakulam in Tamil. And we call this tank as Haridranathi Mata, means mother Haridranathi. And people do not like these kind of activities, like encroaching the walkway platform, by the same government authorities calling that this is a plan of government in disguise. They are saying that this is a plan of government and such, but which is not. But does government say that you need to encroach the walkway platform? You need to occupy the temple. The staircase of the temple tank have been demolished. There were two stairs. Walkway down. So those were built, and then those were demolished. So these things are all happening here, and whatnot, septic tanks, toilets, and then you can see container shops getting installed there. Okay, and damaging the fence of the tank premise. So this is how activities are happening, and day by day the destruction and devastating destruction activities are they're showing improvement in destruction. So that should be stopped. If you look at this surrounding, there were hundreds of trees with highway marked. See, if you look at this east street adjacent to this tank's bank, within that fence area, there were hundreds of trees here. Now there is not even one existing. All those trees were ruthlessly cut down by municipal authorities. There were around, at least there should be around 250 to 300 trees, ruthlessly live trees, which were around 70 to 100 years old. Okay, they were ruthlessly cut down, and people were all requesting not to do these kind of activities, but it was not at all heard by them. It was not even considered by them. And they were trying to dig a septic tank with JCB adjacent to the temple pond, and people were coming and obstructing it. They were telling it should not be done, maintain the sanctity of this tank, and municipal authorities returned. After some days, during night time, they came again, dug so many things like that, and they are installing a bore as well adjacent to this tank, just encroaching the walkway platform again. Now, since we understand, and since we reveal that this is a walkway platform, and within the fence area they have thrashing the fence, they have come inside and then encroached the walkway platform and built all these shops. What they have done is physically manipulating the evidence. That is, when this iron fence was there, and they brought these shops and installed these shops inside the iron fence, which was there for protection of this tank. Okay, so inside that they installed the iron fence, and once complaints have been arising, what they have done is they have destructed the concrete plinth being concrete belt, the plinth belt of the fence, the basement of the fence, and they've removed the fence and kept it behind the shops. So that way they have physically manipulated the evidence. If you come directly and see here in the sides of the tank, you can definitely not with this this video, some other video as well. If you could see it, it will be very clear that they've done so many destruction activities. It is definitely not beautification of this temple tank, but it is like how during Mughal period temples were destructed. Now they're doing this so-called government officials. We do not know whether they are actual government officials instead, because they are not even wearing ID cards, but they claim that we are from municipality, we are from tourism department. And I could even hear that one tourist authority was they are going to destruct so much of fence area in the southern bank of this tank. Okay, now coming to the point, this is not a development activity, this is a destruction activity which they are doing. Okay, and their destruction activities are also being carried for two staircases have been destructed. Those were built hundreds of years ago, having hereditary value, and then what we call a monumental or an artifact. It was an ancient artifact kind of work. This is not that. These bricks, if you look at this, where with which this tank was built, are not usually seen nowadays. These were around so many hundreds of years old. They differ in size, loading capacity. They were treated very nicely such that this trees' roots will not penetrate into that kind of treatment. They've done so many engineering marvel around this tank actually before when it was built, but now these government authorities are not even understanding the feelings of public behind it, the feelings of devotees behind it, the feelings of environment activists behind this. See how happily these birds are, shouting with joy. Now, imagine if motorboat or even whatever boat is, as a commercial activity, if that is inaugurated or started, what will happen to these birds? They are just gone. That's all. This is the only place around this 20 kilometers to 30 kilometers of radius. This is the only place where without being disturbed by human habitat or occupation, the birds are at least living at these places happily. They are not just trees alone, they are just houses for so many hundreds and thousands of birds. Okay, so that's all for this documentation purpose. And if you look at, there are no protective fence inside this tank for those who do not know swimming. Yeah, thank you.